How's it going? It is Mythos Boba. So, you want to build one of these? Let's see if I can fit it on the screen. Well guys, this is the video for you. And make sure you stick around till the end because we are going to do a little photo shoot with Boba Fett on his throne. So let's get into this. Alright guys, so let's get into this. So the first thing I want to say is that I am using the general foam that you would use on dioramas. Seems to be the standard thing. I think it is from insulation, but it is totally up to you. You can use anything you want. You can even go with wood if you'd like, but this seems to be the go-to thing for making dioramas. It's nice and easy to cut and work with. Now don't worry about snapping the edge like this, it's going to get covered over with putty later on in the video. Now I'm just scoring on some marks on the front. If you check out Boba's throne base, you will see these on there. We'll also be scoring in the design on the front here, adding in a rear piece for the grill, and that will just raise it up. The throne will be on the front. So yeah, let's check out the rear piece. We're going to add it onto the back here. It's going to be in pieces, obviously, as you can see, so I'm going to have to add on a piece here. It's going to get covered over though, so don't worry about that. This is going to be 600mm by 110mm. So we are needing to glue all of these pieces together, and this is the proper stuff that you need for this material. Polyester glue, UHU POR it is called. So yeah, let's get scoring and gluing all these pieces down. Guys, also the throne base is raised up off the floor slightly. So I'm just going to add these pieces on the bottom, just some thin pieces, just to raise it up. And now, as you can see guys, we've got a nice equal border all the way around. I'm just going to place these bricks on here for a little bit of weight and let that glue dry. Okay, so while it's drying, let's take a look at the top design for Jabba's or Boba's throne base. I'm just going to use a pencil here and score into it because this is really easy stuff to score into. And don't worry about being super neat, we can always adjust it. As I say, it's going to get covered in putty, this base, so if you do make a mistake, don't get too worried about it. And now that the glue is dried, let's just smooth these out a little bit more. The top piece here needs a little bit of sanding because they don't match exactly. Time to add some 3D printed parts. These are the little gargoyles for the front. And that fits in there lovely. As you can see, I did make a mistake here. I added an extra line and the two pieces wouldn't fit in the center. This line has got to go, but don't worry, like I say, it's going to be covered up with putty, so it's no problem at all. So this is what I'm going to be using to cover the diorama. It's just the stuff that you can fill in cracks on your walls with, so whatever you can find local to you that can do that. And we're just also going to use this filling knife, as it's called, just to smooth out the putty on top of the base. Let's go. Now don't forget to go back over your lines that you've scored in there, because if the putty dries and you haven't reminded yourself to go over them, you'll lose your lines because the putty goes rock solid. Now I did forget to curve the corners, but it's no problem. Just a little snip with the knife and that'll add a little decent curve on there, and you will never know. So when we're sanding, we're not trying to go totally smooth, we're just trying to get off the top kind of bumpy layers, just so it's kind of smooth but still got some texture in there. Alright guys, so let's get painting, and now I started with a black base. I thought go darker and add some lighter tones over time, but in the end it still kind of worked out quite dark. So as you can see here, this was one I made for a friend. I started off with lighter tones in the beginning, so it looks grey here but it is black. I would recommend going maybe grey at the start, or maybe this colour here as your first colour, a more of a stone natural look instead of starting off with black. But as you can see, we are just going to go over the top, over the top, over the top with different colours, getting lighter and lighter each time, just dry brushing on the paint just to give some more texture look to the finish and some cracks and creases in that putty paste that you've added on there. So quite simple, guys. As you can see, I'm just flicking it on. There's hardly any paint on the brush, and that's what's called dry brushing. Check it out. As you can see, it's really bringing the texture to life. So time to paint these guys, and I'm going to use some bronze and green paint to try and give them that real vintage look. After going over it with some more stone natural colours, it's worked out quite what I wanted. So as I said before earlier in the video, guys, don't start off with a black paint base if that's the kind of look you're going for. Otherwise you're going to have to really go over the base more and more and more with paint. So it would be best to start off lighter and work up from there. Well, so unfortunately it seems like I've lost a little bit of footage there, so the video's kind of been cut off a little bit, but let's get into taking some photos of Boba Fett on his new throne and base. Let's get into this. thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope that helped. And I hope you have fun on your Boba Fett throne build. And guys, once you've finished your throne, get some photos and tag me on Instagram with them at MythosBoba. I'd love to see those. And guys, if this has helped you out, why not help me out and drop a like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. So yeah, I will see you in the next one, guys. Thanks a lot.